Have you ever found yourself constantly thinking about someone, even for no apparent reason? This phenomenon is not unusual and actually has a psychological explanation. When we constantly think about someone, there are usually strong feelings or memories associated with that individual. Whether in the context of a harmonious relationship or an unresolved situation, these thoughts often arise unconsciously and can influence our mood and behavior. In psychology, intense thoughts about someone can be a sign of deep emotional attachment or unresolved feelings. These thoughts can be triggered by various factors, such as emotional experiences, trauma, or important relationships in our lives. This process can reflect how our brain processes memories and feelings about others, which sometimes arise without our consent. Understanding the psychological facts behind these thoughts can provide us with insight into our emotional and mental dynamics. Understanding why thoughts about someone can recur will help us better understand ourselves and create space for better emotional management. This way, we can be more discerning in dealing with the feelings that arise when someone suddenly appears in our minds. 1. Deep emotional attachment. When we frequently think about someone, it can indicate a strong emotional attachment to that individual. These thoughts may be related to feelings of love, affection, or worry. In many cases, our brains store memories and feelings associated with that person, and these thoughts emerge spontaneously due to a deep emotional attachment. This process is often unconscious, but it reflects how significant a person's role is in our lives. 2. The influence of strong memories. The human brain has the ability to store long-term memories associated with emotional experiences, whether positive or negative. Strong memories become etched in the brain and can emerge at any time, especially when triggered by something that reminds us of that person, such as a place, song, or scent. 3. Unconscious obsession. In some cases, thinking excessively about someone can be a sign of unconscious obsession. Constant thoughts about a particular individual can indicate emotional dependence or even dissatisfaction with the current situation. This obsession may stem from a feeling of lack of control over the relationship or from an inability to detach from a particular situation, leading to persistent thoughts about that person as a means of seeking emotional closure. 4. The presence of longing or loss. Longing or loss can be a major reason why we think about someone intensely. When someone we care about is not around, our brains constantly think about how to cope with that loss. Deep longing causes us to project memories and hopes, which often manifest as persistent thoughts about the missed individual. 5. Unresolved feelings. When we have unresolved feelings or conflicts with someone, thoughts about that person tend to recur. This can happen in personal relationships, friendships, or family. Unresolved thoughts often lead us to rethink what we should have said or done, creating a recurring thought loop until we find a solution or peace in the situation. 6. Hormonal influences and romantic love. In the context of romantic relationships, thinking about someone can be closely related to the influence of hormones, such as oxytocin and dopamine, which play a key role in feelings of love and attachment. When we are in love or have just entered a romantic relationship, these hormones make us feel happy and satisfied when we think about the person we love. This is why thoughts of our partner or crush often dominate our thoughts, especially in the early stages of a relationship. 7. The mirror effect on the brain. The human brain has the ability to mirror the feelings and emotions of others through mirror neurons. When we think about someone, especially in a social or emotional context, our mirror neurons respond to the feelings we associate with that individual. This explains why we can feel happy, anxious, or sad when thinking about someone, because our brain indirectly reflects what we imagine or expect from that person. 8. Excessive anxiety or worry. Thinking about someone repeatedly can be a sign of excessive anxiety or worry about that person. This can occur when we feel responsible for or worried about that person's safety or happiness. This type of anxiety often arises in relationships with family members, close friends, or partners, where we feel emotionally invested and want to ensure that the person is okay. 9. Mental processes seeking closure. Constant thoughts about someone can be a sign that our brain is trying to find closure or resolution. When we feel that a relationship or interaction with someone has not ended well, our brain will continue to process the situation in an attempt to reach an understanding or conclusion. This is part of our brain's way of resolving emotional issues, although sometimes there isn't always a clear solution. 10. Emerging from the unconscious. Sometimes thoughts about someone arise for no apparent reason, and these often originate from our subconscious mind. The subconscious mind holds a wealth of information and emotions that we may not be directly aware of. When we are in a calm or relaxed situation, thoughts about someone can emerge from our subconscious as a reflection of experiences or feelings stored deep within our brain.